We would like to get into this new update about how there's this particular research publication that literally highlights how Ripple and Stellar are basically ISO 222 compliant blockchains that can very well improve Swift. Now, you may feel as though, oh, I already know this, but seeing is believing, especially when it comes to certain research publications. They're not just your typical ones from like Bitcoinist or some of these other ones out there. Nothing against platforms, but it's nice to see it from official deep dive publications. So consider smashing that like if you haven't done so already. You're definitely going to want to hear about this and why it matters to you. So let's pull this up. And again, shout out to Smoke. I get a lot from Smoke because he makes life so easy. That's the bottom line. So the saying goes, work smarter, not harder, right? But we do work hard. So here it is, June 2025, the publication, right? So think about this. Improve Swift in all areas? What is he talking about? It says, quote, blockchain integration with ISO 222 for future cross-border payments. I do think that's key. Check market, right? Well, here's what he's citing here. This actually comes from the International Journal of Research Publication and Reviews. It's volume 6, June 2025. We're not pulling something that's like back in 2018. A lot of people do that. Nothing wrong with that. But, you know, some of you guys like some of the newer stuff, right? So technically speaking, if you wanted to find the site, you go to ijrpr.com. And yeah, a blockchain-enabled framework for cross-border digital payments. And interesting to see, like, for example, the assistant professor, Amity University. I can't even pronounce that. But anyway, it's interesting to see this. Let's jump into the literature review. It's actually highlighted right here. Here it is. And so it says, and I'll read this top part, blockchain's impact on financial systems has been extensively studied. Narayanan, not pronouncing it right, underscored blockchain's immutability and resilience to tampering. Tapscott explored the potential of smart contracts and automating complex financial workflows. Analyzed blockchain adoption barriers, notably regulatory compliance and scalability. Ripple and Stellar, boom, there you go, have demonstrated near instant cross border transfers, but highlight regulatory hurdles and partial centralization concerns. Well, no kidding, right? So, is that all we have? Well, not exactly. I want to point out this other part, right? So, there's a few more, and this is good stuff. Again, highlight is what? June 2025, so real recent. And what you see here is the data set. Talks about experimental setup. So, for one, highlights the whole thing of Hyperledger Fabric. We all understand quite a few things are tied to Hyperledger Fabric. If you haven't seen Channing and I's deep dive, it's our opinion that Quant is unofficially the Hyperledger token. But again, you're going to have to watch the deep dive if you don't believe us. But nonetheless, data set, Ripple and Stellar testnet logs for benchmarking. Interesting. All right. Is that all we have? No. Look what it also mentions here. Mentions this. Results and discussions. Blockchain framework consistently outperformed the SWIFT system. I'll say it again, just in case you missed it. Outperformed the SWIFT system across all, not some, all measured dimensions. Are we not paying attention? Listen to this. Transaction speed. Reduced settlement from 2 days to 3 to 5 seconds. Cost efficiency. Reduced operational costs by 86.6% is shown in section 4. All right. What else? Let's get to the part where it says future work. Okay. So in the future work, it mentions this. So it says another critical direction is to evaluate the framework's interoperability with central bank digital currency, CBDCs, and next generation payment standards. And boil it, mash it, stick it in stew. It says ISO 222. Yeah, that did rhyme, didn't it? Anyway. I think this is always worth pointing out. Sometimes people get bored with some of this stuff, but again, even at the very, very bottom, what do you see here? References. Here's all your references. And you do see here IEEE constantly. You do see Ripple and you do see Stellar. I think that's major. I think that's definitely worth pointing out. International Journal of Research Publication Reviews, again, Volume 6, June 2025. What does it say? From M. Firdaus. Highlight blockchain integration with ISO 222 for future cross-border payments, IEEE, as you see here. There you go. And apparently it's there. It's always been there. And again, sometimes people just don't take the time to look into it more, but we do. Your thoughts in regard to the findings, Mr. Rue Black?
Um, with us being so close here, like on the doorstep of ISO being live, 7:14 and 11:22, I think this is a good reminder of, hey, this is making business highly efficient in a way we have never seen before. Taking something that took 2 days down to 3 to 5 seconds. So when we think about well, there's not enough money to make Ripple or anything worth so much. Well, think about now. Instead of transactions taking 2 days, they take 3 to 5 seconds. I think that's going to increase the amount of money and the amount of money flow, the ripples, if you will, around the world. It's going to also bank the unbanked. I also saw in the document there it had something about Africa, right? So again, with it being so fast, cheap, and efficient, I think it now also banks the unbanked, and it brings in areas that we've never like seen before in a huge way, like metaverse, sports betting, um, multiple more derivatives on sports betting. Like, man, it's gonna be a fun time, and Ripple and XLM are gonna be at the head of that.
Yeah, they definitely stand out because a lot of the citations, as we referenced before, Rue, whether it's from Harvard or Stanford, numerous different universities. If you remember, we highlighted that one particular doctor, and we need to get them. I got to reach out to them. So many different doctors, so I'm kind of drawing a blank. But you remember him? Remember we
Yeah,
highlighted how he specifically mentions in his research Ripple and Stellar. So it's always interesting to see how they always just go right for Ripple and Stellar. They could have mentioned anybody else, but they always mention Ripple and Stellar, and I think that is definitely significant. So glad to share this with you guys. Again, do us a solid this time. Rue gets the honorable mention. What is the code word for the day if they listen to the end of the outline, Rue?
3 to 5 seconds.
That's a term. Okay, 3 to 5 seconds.
Yes, let's go with that.
All right. And then we'll know that you guys listened to the entire outline. On behalf of myself and Rue Black over at Black Rue, we have no way hold it. The research trumps flood 110%. We'll see you on the next one.
Peace.
Peace. How would you like to earn an extra 100, 200, or even $500 a day, even more than that? I have many friends that are earning money every single day trading futures on BTCC. It's a simple process, and even if you don't want to learn how to trade, you could follow a trader on the site and let him do the trading for you, and you will earn according to his trades. Sometimes I follow people like this guy, Stock Investment Manager. I was following Q, but Q went inactive. This person is still active. And as you see here, 633 cumulative number of copy traders. Now, this person takes 15%, which is 5% more than what Q would take on that copy sharing for that profit sharing ratio. But where the case be, this person still has a pretty nice history that I'm comfortable with. Of course, you're going to have to find somebody that might fit more towards your particular needs. The reason why I'm referencing this person is, again, like you see here, 17.91% in regard to the last 30 days on profit to loss percentage. But if you keep in mind some of these other key factors, the win rate. Now, not as impressive as Q. In reality, I don't know if anybody will be. I think that person was basically the GOAT of BTCC. But about roughly close to 50% on that win rate. And also keep in mind it's the AUM as you see here. That means basically assets under management. So Q was roughly about 60,000 give or take. This person's at 9,541. So again, I want to follow people not just for the sake of the win rate, but also to see that they had more assets under management. Tells me that they had a lot more to risk. So again, find somebody that might fit one, two, three, or more categories that you feel as though is the one to go with. But for me, currently speaking, I'm going with this particular person. Again, the person with those Korean characters. And again, just in case you missed it, is this one. And again, in interpretation, it's basically stock investment master. So even if you don't know how to trade, there is a way to make money. But I suggest learn how to trade. Earn you some extra money on BTCC. It's easy, you don't have to KYC, and you don't have to use a virtual private network VPN. This is a wonderful site. They've been around since 2011. Give them a shot. Also, when you earn that extra money, you can store that on your Decent wallet. The Decent wallet was not affected by the recent XRPL debacle, where the backdoor of many wallets was open and there was a breach. So Decent wallet was not affected by that. Decent wallet is as safe as you keep your seed phrase. It's a wonderful product, and you can get the discount by using the link. It's the only way to get the affiliate discount, and that is to use an affiliate link. So that link is popping up on the upper right side of your screen, and it is the one that you will use. You will also get free shipping. Pick you up a Decent wallet today. Secure your assets. If you don't have them stored in a wallet and sitting on an exchange, then you're at risk. So pick you one up today. Thank you.